Yeah, the black screen is amped. So, for those who are wondering who the Pondering Peasant is, uh, nobody saw him yet. Oh! Okay. Hi. Hi. Yeah, I figured that a stream is optimal because I don't want to clutter my recorded videos list because, especially not with this dark topic. But I also don't want to put this on some random text post because that would end up with some authenticity problems. Because let me make this clear: I didn't know Pondering Peasant that well to begin with, so I'm like. I'm just, I mean, any chance you're there, Double M, just to make. Just having to dig out the. Oh, here we go.
Like.
Oh. Well, he's not a game dev. He simply analyzes. He simply analyzes game mounts and makes videos about. He's been making videos about. He's been making videos about Smash Brothers could be better designed and whatnot. Or where I know him from though is a video series about the Smash Brothers character design tier list, and I'm even bringing up the one title, the Smash Brothers character design tier list, 3DS/Wii U edition, Design Dorks Episode 4. Anyway, what happened with the video is that what happened with what I posted was that the Design Dorks and Pondering Peasant and Pure Kong, and it should be noted that Pure Kong is from Designing 4, so although I doubt Designing 4 isn't. I think I still would have found the video without designing for involvement. Let's be clear, because it's a design list to begin with. And but the video vindicated me on praising Pac-Man, where I dislike Little Mac and Mega Man, because and I ended up making a long comment about them both. It had to be split into 4 comments, and then I remade the comment and then added some later addendum, because some stop having fun guy was refusing to care about the very point of the comment, thread, or even the video, as I cite. Yeah. Anyway, nearly 2 years ago, it's been over 2 years ago when I DM'd him asking where we would ever do a design tier list for Powers and Kid Icarus Uprising, because I was interested in that subject at the time. And it just wasn't high on his priorities whatsoever. Because reading out what he had to say, unfortunately, I'm struggling to find time to just get around to the podcast and Peasant's perspective. I don't think I can add any more commitment to my plate. If my free time opens up a little more, I might be down, but I don't see that happening for a while. And it was a while since I last talked to him. And wow, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Physical Thief and Sound Like Bub is about to have its second anniversary. But I digress. Yeah, I didn't know this guy well to begin with. So. It still sucks to see this happen. Which by all accounts it did. Celebrating concept creation? I should mention that I've been peeking in on some of his streams over the last 2 years. Like, it didn't feel like we were going to see eye to eye on fighting games, but I felt it might have been a prospect to talk with him about Project Guard Charm, but now that's impossible. Mostly I'm trying to figure out what to say. I mean, I typically have that problem to begin with, although to be fair, yeah, this still sucks. It still sucked what happened. Oh my goodness. I will dodge the hammers. I will dodge the hammers. Yeah. That I was laughing at one of the thumbnails in one of his videos. Not because it's just not funny. Just it was something else involving a thumbnail. Just I shouldn't be looking at funny thumbnails. That's the problem with YouTube. That's the problem with YouTube thumbnail usage. They're designed to be amusing. I've been wanting to figure this out. I don't even know why Pondering Peasant took his own life. It's just... I know what he went through could even be worse than what I went through. Just... not to diminish his pain, mind you. I just wish I could get upset something. I didn't even know about this until seeing the post in the first place. Alright, Robin Williams took his own life too. And that's not even getting into like things like that or moments of break the cutie. Just things I want to make sure get addressed. Just and yeah, Bucky Reggie posting something that brings up posting a comment that brings up that that I was in the middle of writing handling stuff relating to Kid Icarus Uprising, relating to setting up that tournament template in case a remake would be made, but could I continue working on that in good faith right now? I mean, at least I can say something. So to call this out. I mean, at least people are going to mourn him anyway, so there's that. Oh, like I say, I didn't know Pondering Peasant well. Just yeah, at least a stream is more appropriate than some linked comment or even a recording video. Hmm? Oh, another. Oh, the Save It Fox person committed suicide. Oh boy. I would hope things would improve at least. Where is it? Is Design 4 going to announce anything or some such? No. I assume that Designing 4 will say something at least. In a more official capacity. Granted, it was mainly Pearcong who was running the channel, but I want to say Pondering Peasant had a significant hand in it, some handling as well. I mean, the two of them collaborated on the design tier list to begin with. So. I didn't know your brother well enough. I just. Most of my familiarity is the design tier list video. Or the design tier list video series, rather. I'm just trying to make sense of what to say. My goodness. At least there's nothing else I can. At least there's nothing else I can bring this topic up because. It's bound to prove to do something at least. Hopefully avert it in. To hopefully keep as many cases of this from happening in the first place. Because again, we've had cases like Robin Williams. And it gives me added reason to call out cases of break the cutie like I've been doing for the last 6 years, I think. Yeah, 6 years, pretty much. In fact, I was trying to intercept the case of break the cutie well before 6 years ago. But Stepford Smilers, huh? Go figure. We can. I just want to get this. I just want to get this off my chest at least. Hopefully we can. Yeah, that's a. Yeah, thank you, Don, for the good point there. Yeah, sticking together and everything. Mm. I hope you get so much more of my life where I am directly, and I can't think of enough for that. I guess I could bring up the design tier list video that I was talking about. Oh God, I should not be thinking about the tear down the design dorks did toward sheep and just. I brought up about the video on the Super Smash Works Discord about the design tier list video for the 3DS and Wii U. Heart just because it was satisfying to be vindicated about Pac-Man having good design, about Lil Mac having bad design, and Mega Man having bad design too. And on that video, Sheepin did get a part. Let me play it out.
Ah well. Who's next? Oh! Bandit is a...
They skipped Sheepin on this edition. I should mention that Design Dorks eventually covered Sheepin in the Millie video. And boy did Pondering Peasant have much to say about Sheepin. I'm sure I could bring it up if I could. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it's a 20-minute segment. Gosh. I may as well play out the sound for the section.
Okay. So, this isn't the character that follows these two, but I had an idea before we were recording this.
Oh?
Cause like, when we finish these episodes, we want to feel good about that, right?
Right.
We want to feel like a sense of like accomplishment, like, yeah, we got everything. We wouldn't want to go back to just something bad right at the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you going?
I feel like in this moment, when I'm already just kind of annoyed about Fire Emblem, there is no time that I would rather bite the bullets and talk about Corrin.
We doing this? Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
Doing this.
We're doing it live, folks. Make it
Actually,
even
no.
bigger.
Lauren doesn't
And we
deserve
still
epic
got
music.
4 after, but you know
One
what? We're in
being
here.
free.
Let's go.
Yeah, so, let's talk about Corrin. I have so many problems with this character that don't even involve their
No
Smash
kidding.
Brothers
20 minutes
moveset.
for
Corrin
one
is one
character.
of the only characters
Does
in
anybody
media
even get
history that I
that
can
long?
look at them and go, wow,
I think most of the
your
characters
game
aren't even
would be
getting
so much
10 minutes.
better if you just were not in it. The whole choice thing that surrounds Corrin is completely botched by their existence. Like, oh, you want to choose between these two warring sides? That presents a great idea for this
Actually,
game to be built around.
it's
But
not
like
my own
5
sound
missions that you
sample. I
make that
just
choice, you
filmed
don't
it
get to choose around either character. This is gonna get very rambly. I should probably just say that straight up. It might not make a lot of sense a lot of these times, but I have so much pent up aggression towards this character.
No kidding.
Go for it, by all means. No, I am indulging in this right now.
Dislike everything about this character. Literally everything. I hate their visual design, their ballerina-esque armor, the fact that they're barefoot because of that. I hate the emaciated dragon. Why the fuck does it walk on its knuckles? That looks so awkward. It's like this weird deer thing. I like the deer design, but the knuckles just weird me out.
Oh no.
I don't like their voice. That might be a case of voice direction. I will admit.
Yeah, I would have been voice direction. Because let's remember that Mel Corrin was voiced by Ken Clark, the guy who did Leonardo in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1987 series, as well as Prince Adam in He-Man 2003.
But Mel Corrin in particular, just... I win! I don't like him at all. I hate the absurdity of...
Yeah, the voice direction was a joke. Your feet is here. Your feet is here. Your feet is here. And the fact that it's not, it's interruptible. so early that you can have him say, I made my choice repeatedly. It's so cheesy.
Dragon Fang, behold my awesome dragon powers of morphing my limbs into stalagmites for some bizarre reason. This is what I'm getting up to. Their entire design is so over-the-top extra for no reason. It feels like an 11-year-old designed this character and it's just like, no, their sword's not good enough. They should have a chainsaw sword. And they should be like super prim and proper. That's not enough. Marth isn't enough. They have to like dance with their moves. Okay.
Yeah, Chieftain wishes he was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'm feeling a little better. No, I'm not quite done. I'm not quite done. I stopped playing Smash Wii U shortly before they made it in and never went back. Corrin was the reason for that. I have an amiibo of every Smash Brothers character apart from Corrin. When I got the chance to unlock them in Ultimate, I ran straight off the stage. They were the last character I unlocked.
And yeah,
because
Banjo
I just
Kazooie
wanted to
music
be
is playing in the
complete, and I
background.
had hatred for them to outgrew that. Okay, is that better? Is that better?
I don't know. You could talk about like incest or something.
Oh my god!
Sorry!
Why is that a thing?
Oh, my mistake. It's not
Burn
Banjo
that from my
Kazooie. It's
memory.
Donkey Kong
Like, just,
64.
it's the disturbing amount of just, you can marry the people from your biological family or the family that raised you. Both of these are fine. Except, oh wait, no, they're not the biological family, but this person isn't. That's also okay. Haha, this is fine. This is good storytelling. The characterization of the character, I'm now starting to get into things that are actual problems and not just personal just gripes about like what I prefer. Like, no, this is starting into like things that like I think are actually like straight up objectively bad. The writing behind this character is just so bad. There's so many inconsistencies in the writing of Fire Emblem, and it's all based around all the characters just absolutely adoring Corrin for some reason.
Yeah, have you ever seen a harem anime?
That's just what it is. And Corrin does not have the charisma to carry that. They are childish, they're immature, they're so annoying and make so many stupid decisions.
Oh, is this your first dating sim, bro?
I mean, I feel like Awakening kind of was, but like Awakening was much better.
Yeah, you're right.
In that regard. I felt so much apathy for the narrative of that game and the other characters because I was forced to interact with them for this insufferable putz. And I'm honestly grateful for that because Fates' writing isn't that good in general, but like, it would have benefited so much more if like either Azura or the siblings were the main focus. Still would have been bad, but would have been better. But even, how do I put this? I feel like Fates could have been a good game. Like there's problems with like the writing and stuff, but there's some really cool ideas in that game. There's the I love the faction wars between just having like the Japanese inspired units and the medieval Europe side units. I wish Three Houses had gone with that and ran with it. That's the best thing that game did. The music is fantastic. There's some great level designs, along with some of the worst in the series, but there's some great level designs. But it's so hard to enjoy those things. And it's because you have to play it through Corrin's eyes.
Wow.
Stuff involved in the Fire Emblem
that sounds
series.
really bad. How you doing?
I'm
How you
okay.
feeling? You feeling good now?
I haven't even gotten to my biggest
You're okay. What a case of harsher in hindsight.
problem with the character.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm building.
Are we going to...
It's okay, champ. It's okay.
get
Let me
into
just
gameplay?
rub
I
your
have something to
shoulders
say about the
behind
gameplay.
You down in
Thank
between
you,
rounds?
thank you.
Just give you a little water, spritz it a little bit.
I guess
Staple
this
a
it's
little
already
bit.
There were so many better choices for Smash Brothers. I don't think this is like a mark against their design, but like if you wanted a modern character, just advertise a new game. Elma was right there. Xenoblade Chronicles X really needed the love. It's actually a really good game. The story is just kind of forgettable. But no, you just can't get over. I'm fine with characters marketing in general. Like I love that Smash Brothers has this power to like boost series up. But they just won't stop masturbating over Fire Emblem for that. Give other series a boost. That's why I'm one of those people that will say that there are too many Fire Emblem
And
characters.
the
That's
thing made that
I would
stupid
take more
video
Fire Emblem
mocking
characters if it was actually characters
Barflet
that, like,
detractors.
were
Oh wait,
requested, that
it's
the Fire Emblem
Mang.
fanbase
He's a
actually wanted.
piece of
The fact that
garbage.
they're these Just like, oh, let's get the most recent
Even if
character
we
in to kind of
ignore
just pump
what
up this new game, which it
they
is what it
did.
is. Like, don't try to argue otherwise. I respect that decision, but it's a useless marketing decision because Fire Emblem's already doing well. You don't need to do this anymore. Can't just.
But what if we
Save-
did it more, though? I mean, come on. How much help
We
does
could
Golden
save
Sun really
Advance
need?
Wars. A lot. That game needs a lot to come back.
Golden
Yeah,
Sun
well,
Smash
was
Brothers could do
representative
that.
for
Well, I
Golden
mean, it would
Sun.
help if Golden Sun had a good game to start with, but...
Oh, why? Yeah, fine. I haven't played enough of Golden Sun to
Golden
argue with you, but I know the
Sun
comments are going to be
edited
livid over
too,
that.
but at
Oh,
least
yes. Oh.
it's
Hey,
not
okay, you get to be angry, you can
oversaturated.
be bitter.
Do you have anything to? I haven't even talked about Smash Brothers yet.
Oh, no. No, Fire Emblem Fate's bad poopy game. I get upset every time I draw a Corrin in Heroes, because I have like 8 of them now, and they're all different. I like the one where he's possessed by his devil thing and wants to stay away from everyone, because good, that represents how I feel about you. Yeah, as a character, Corrin kind of poop.
And Bonus
and
Barrel
I
is
agree
at a
with you,
lower
and
pitch.
it leans way too hard into the whole fantasy isekai thing, oddly enough, with Corrin being sort of this self-insert kind of thing for your player character, for the character themselves, or the player themselves, rather. Even more so than Robin, or the Tactician, or the My Unit from FE12 were.
I totally agree.
It's weird.
I get uncomfortable from that game, just straight up. I don't like just how worshipy those characters are, Corrin, which sucks because I feel like I could have loved some of those characters, but not like that.
Yeah. Ugh. Some of those characters.
Oh yeah, so many of them are terrible. But you know what my biggest problem with Corrin is?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh,
It
you're back
actually
to
involves
Fire
how they're
Emblem
interpreted in
music,
Smash Brothers.
Oh really? Go ahead.
Yes, it does. Corrin, as a character in Smash Brothers, showcases nothing about Fire Emblem. And I know people are going to say, like, oh, but the Manikeets.
Well,
But no,
now we're
Manikeets
on
are
Smash
nothing
Brothers
like
stuff.
what Corrin is. They don't awkwardly morph parts of their body into whatever they feel like doing. That the entire premise around those things is that they are extremely insane powerhouses, but only when they have an item to keep them equipped, so they can use those as powerful attacks. And that could have been a great gimmick in Smash Brothers, just having a character that you have to try to hold on to an item to use like these insanely powerful special moves. I would have liked that. But what Corrin is exists in a vacuum in the Fire Emblem series. What makes them special? The chainsaw sword, the dragon fang stuff. That's only unique to them and their offspring. Meaning that the only thing that Corrin shows off about Fire Emblem in Smash Brothers is just Corrin.
God. I should go into my gameplay complaints. About cheapened because people kept saying that cheapened's weakness is bad recovery. Yeah, that totally made Little Mac a well-designed character. Just no. Yeah, bad recovery completely shut up by stupid on stage performance. Just, what? Oh, and I should mention in Cheapen's initial version, that shot attack actually one-shotted the fire hydrant from range. That was stupid! Garbage was not welcome. Oh, it's alright.
It is a wholeheartedly narcissistic design, designed to
Okay, yeah.
applaud the least favorite character in all of the series. Ugh, and that annoys me so much. Like this, I love Smash Brothers for being like this celebration of gaming. It's one of my favorite series of all time for that. And to shine the spotlight on such a footnote in the Fire Emblem series, one of the strangest characters it has, it's immortalized them. It's given Corrin so many fans that will ensure that this character never goes away. I kind of feel similar to how you feel about Wario, but it's just this character's existence instead of changing one.
Right.
It's just, Fire Emblem deserves better characters. in
Dear God,
Smash.
does
There
not
are
like
so many
Wario.
characters that deserve those fans more, and honestly, those
Or
fans
rather,
deserve a better
Wario's
character to
Smash
idolize.
incarnations.
End rant. I just everything about Corrin upsets me.
Yeah, Corrin's okay. Okay, so I just want to say some nice things because nothing that you said is invalid. Absolutely nothing that you said is invalid.
I will respect that.
Because I don't look at Corrin as a Fire Emblem character. I look at them as a concept art character. In the same way that I view Roy, that I view Greninja, that I view Incineroar. In that he is a character based on a design and the little factoids that were given. And I think that there are a lot of unique aspects about Corrin that
Forward smash is
make
cheesy,
a fun
though.
Smash Bros. Moveset.
Final
I
Smash,
really
sorry.
love the pin. I think the pin is a great idea for a move. And I love the sun's stop to it. I love the feeling of the stop. I feel like that is a stun move that should have existed before now. And it's such a strong visual identity and it gives them this unique sense of momentum. Hell, Corrin's momentum in general is really unique. The way their back air pushes them forward and gives them a little extra boost and the way that their recovery pushes people away. I like the water identity and how that links into Azura, and how that overall gives Corrin their own
Sheep and
unique
it's about
push, because
that.
who else represents water? Squirtle
It's about
and
the
Mario?
movie involving
Like,
these earth
this
people.
gives Corrin a unique element and a
goodness.
unique twist to the character. I like that their counter is different and is stupidly powerful for no reason. Like, that feels like the the Tiki people. Gosh, I hope that's not appropriation. Their thing, because it's like, oh, you go full dragon and then you're really powerful. I like the fact that he has a weak projectile that does a stun, but he also has the big chomp, and that's the dragon element. I feel like that translates really, really well. I feel like as a dumb concept character of the ideas of like a kid going up and going, what if they had this power and this power and this power? That Corrin very much works. I feel the same way, I'm gonna make a weird comparison, the same way I do about Corrin, I feel about the first season of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, where it feels like they're just making shit up as they go along and making up random powers, and it doesn't really make sense at any point, and they're just trying to make things work in an interesting way. And God, it's somewhat of a fun mess.
What?
So I think that the individual pieces stapled to Corrin are fun. Do I think they're stapled to something that matters or is positive? No. No, I don't. But I want to say from a gameplay perspective at a baseline that I think they work in unique and interesting ways that could be looked at and given to other characters. With that said, I also think that about Wario. And holy shit, would I never put Wario in anything but does not work.
This is true. This is true. I do want to add on to a couple of things you said there. The dancer, like, kind of just harkening to Azura.
Uh-huh.
Should have just been Azura
Oh,
as
the
the
meter
character.
goes down.
You're right.
Just to kind
I
of
just
dump on a
realized
little
the
bit more.
forward
But
smash
to say,
final
no, actually not to
smash
say positives, to actually
meter
talk
goes
about Smash Bros.
down
Moveset itself,
when you die,
I
but-
also feel like it kind of fails to
like a-
capture some of what it's
Hmm.
going for what Corrin is. Because they have a lot of just over-the-top twirls and spins, like kind of like they're just trying to dance around the stage. But they're actual animations and attacks don't really flow together enough to actually capture that, to get the flow of water. There's a
I will
weird.
admit, I earnestly could.
And yeah, that's another thing. That the cheapened counterplay is so bad, and cheapened moveset is so incoherent. Just
Couldn't tell you what a Corrin's game plan is.
I couldn't either. I played them for 30 minutes before this recording just to kind of get a sense to it, and it shocked me just by how stilted some of their attacks are. Which I get, like, the sharps, the stalactites thingamabobber, but, like, there's really not much of a flow to, like, any of this. Apart from, like, spamming the side B but not actually stabbing it into the ground, that kind of gets that idea around. A more egregious failure, I think, is just not having Corrin transform into a dragon more. That's what makes the character somewhat interesting in my eyes, and they barely do anything with it.
Yeah,
Like, if you would actually turn into that hulking dragon and actually attack, I would still play Corrin.
you know,
Just because that sounds cool.
the fact that you're saying, yeah, give them a literal dragon install is making me drool a little bit, and also want Soul Bad Guy in the game. But, like, anyway.
I feel like, going back to that, just, I don't disagree that Corrin, in terms of, I want to clarify right now, just before Corrin fans get mad. I'm not, like, frothing at the mouth over Corrin. They're a video game character. Come on. But just, it's a small thing that's chipped away at my sanity for so long. Just seeing that roster select screen and being like, ugh, why are you still here? It's a mild annoyance, but it just, it's an itch that I literally cannot scratch because I can't take Corrin out of the game, and that's just annoyed me for a while. So, forgive me for getting angry. I'm not saying that you're a terrible person if you like Corrin. Just play some better written games. But anyway,
Yes.
I don't think that Corrin does not work if Corrin has to be in the game. If Corrin has to be in the game, that you've already made some poor decision. But since they're here, you know what? No, I put them. I still feel like that. Removing myself and my biases from the equation, I still feel like completely failing in terms of what a Manakete is still really drags him down.
Oh, I agree.
Like, there was a cool idea there that just was not chased after in the slightest.
No, I think just discussing it, I was like, oh, they have all these neat moves. And I go, yeah, but do they come together to do much? And I think, oh, no, not really. But they'd be neat if, like, you built around a couple of them.
Yeah, which is so dumb for, like, this dancer-like character.
It's a hodgepodge of cool ideas that don't really work.
And as such, also because I'm not putting Corrin above Robin, I want to put Corrin directly below Robin. Because I don't...
Oh, damn, that's generous.
yeah, cheapen is placed in could be improved in many regards. So which is the third lowest tier? The 7 tiers. The second lowest is begging for an overhaul, which is Lucina, Lucario, Diddy Kong, Sonic, Palutena, Daisy, and Me Sword Fighter. And does not work as the lowest, having Lil Mac, Dark Samus, and regular Samus, Wario, Mega Man, and Olimar. Olimar needed to have his maturity. If they just matter, that's such a flagrant design shortcoming, because I'm pretty sure even if, without the video game carrying potential in Pikmin, I'm pretty sure you're still punished for getting Pikmin killed, or especially massacred. Just oh yeah, and there's only one character on the tier list at this point is below Cheapen. I believe that character is Toon Link, I want to say, or is it Young Link? Let me check something. Oh, Yeah, it has to be Toon Link. Toon Link would be right after Cheapin, but wait.
Because
Continuing
they're
on.
representing what they are in the game. I don't want to. I want to make this like as objective of a placement as it can be, which I'm honestly not really capable of doing. I haven't played Fates in years, and I have no intention of researching.
Well, don't worry. It's not like I was ever going to let you put him above Donkey Kong, no matter how.
Oh, I would never in a
Justified.
million years.
Yeah, okay.
But like putting Corrin in Overhaul. Actually, let's just drag him beneath Toon Link just so he's at the bottom.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Putting
I like
Corrin
Toon
in
Link.
Overhaul is. I do not want that much work to be put into Corrin. They don't deserve that much work. They don't get to have an overhaul. If they have to
So
be here,
cool mercy.
the bottom of could be improved in many regards. That is the only place they could be.
Like, admittedly, I feel like the moveset works to some extent. Like, it doesn't have a gel to it. If you remove the Corrin character entirely, there's cool stuff here, but it still doesn't work as a moveset in full. It just needs something to put it all together. It needs some unifying
everyone is
idea
here.
to his air momentum, to pushing away opponents, to the unique mix of pinning an opponent down.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm doing this, but just to brainstorm how Corrin could be better, just having some sort of like water dancing mechanic to harken back to Azura, where if they chain moves together, it removes the end lag of them, or something like that, to really just create a flow with the character, to really let them dance across the battlefield. Because there are cool things here. Just like being able to trap somebody with a chainsaw sword when you get it after the shield. I like that idea. That's a neat idea. I wish it was on literally anything else, but it's a neat idea.
Yeah.
The pin, I agree with you on wholeheartedly. The pin is a cool move.
What is it? What I wanted to mention about cheap and to punctuate how dumb. What was it? Oh yeah, the counter. The counter is was so stupid, and it probably still is an ultimate. I know in Smash 4, even after the counter was nerfed, it still could kill Ganondorf off of its freaking up there. It's up there! What? And I don't even mean lead him into a very bad situation with his recovery. No. I mean, you're just dead off the top, man. Period. Nope. Further attacks and boss died are you're just dead off the top because you simply because you upgraded cheapin when they were using their down beats. What?
Just to go back to Golden Sun, but like make Isaac
Counters
create
in
stalactites
general
of earth through his
detestable
hands.
what he's
I do
saying.
that in a heartbeat.
Oh,
I
that'd
trade
be
that out in a
fun.
heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Yo, Daisy could do that.
Daisy could do that with the crystals. There we go. Trade Corrin for Daisy. I do like the chomp, I'll admit. I don't know. I like the idea of an amorphous character that can do weird things like that, but Corrin's just a dumb character. I'd want that on Dark Matter. Just have it transform into literally anything.
Oh,
Just stand forward with spikes, change into a giant mouth. There's a character in Guilty Gear that uses their shadow, and that shadow just morphs into anything.
Yep,
That's Dark Matter.
was that Zeta 1, I think?
I have no idea. But can you agree with me for Corrin at the bottom of D tier?
Yes,
With the caveat that he's not an overhaul, just because that would require too much work to be put into this garbage character.
Okay, honey, if you want it, you can have it.
Okay, so no longer spinning in the bottom right corner of the tier list.
Yes, damn, that's so many free comments you just lost.
I know, but like I don't want to get to like the end of Kazuya or whatever the sixth character is and be like, okay, let's end on a low note. Like this, there's room to build back up from here.
Oh, but I could have gotten like drinks. It would have been fun.
Well.
And
Uh,
and that should be the end of the cheapen section because. Oh, and yeah. I mean, to be fair to cheapen, Roy really did debut in Smash Brothers because Fire Emblem 6 had not even come out in Japan before Melee did. So, cheapen is more of a modern Fire Emblem to begin with, so the complaints against cheapen are more fair. I think it's better to just. I mean, I could play out the sections with Little Mac and Mega Man. Let me. Oh wow, Mega Man section is 15 minutes, and Little Mac section is 10 minutes. So I'll just play out Pac-Man section.
okay, next up is Pac-Man. Pac-Man's a character that I have a hard time figuring out how I feel about him, just because
Okay.
he's weird.
All right.
I've-
Go on.
I've been moving him around these tier lists like this entire time. I've had him both in S and like C tier.
Uh-huh.
I just like how weird he is. Like Pac-Man as a character is like the arcade games. There's not much to do with that.
Yeah, I think
and I know
Sakurai.
that
I think famously Miyamoto asked Sakurai if he could be in Brawl, and Sakurai was like, "I don't know how to make the pizza work. He's a pizza missing a
Wait,
slice."
Miyamoto?
Exactly. So to really translate Pac-Man into the game, you really only need, well, the pizza, and then everything else
Right.
is just kind of a bonus. And I feel like the direction they took with Pac-Man to make him like this kind of Namco celebration, while also being this really weird, technical, extremely difficult character to play as, just kind of harken back to like how ridiculously difficult arcade games could be. I think I really love it, but I'm not sure.
Okay,
I was
so
kind of waiting until I heard your opinion. Like, how do you feel about the character?
okay, so let me just clarify. I have Pac-Man
Okay.
in high A, and he's
Open
been
it
there
up,
from the
open it up.
start. Like, do I think that he gels quite as well as he could? No. He's missing some moves from the Pac-Man World Series, and that was so defining for this design of his character that I feel like not having the butt bounce is a little bit of a disservice to him, because also he's a ball. He should be able to bounce. Like, that makes sense to me.
This is true.
Oh, hold on. Butt Bounce was always in Pac-Man World 1. The flip kick was always in Pac-Man World 2 original. It was simply added in. It was simply improved in Pac-Man World 2 repack. So. I don't think Pac even has Flutter Jump in Smash Brothers to begin with. Yeah. Super Butt Bounce is new. Pac Attack was always there in Pac-Man World 1, not so much in Pac-Man World 2. It's at the W's decision of making sure that 100% was grab all roots and pack dots. Yes, pack dots in one go or bust for each level. What? But Pac-Man World 1 original did have the pack dot attack. It just wasn't very good. Yeah.
But at the
Continuing
same time, he embodies so much in one little character And it's so much fun. Because, yeah, he's this big representation of Namco and its arcade games and the kind of weird floaty feeling that platforming with those characters have. He's the celebration of Pac-Man itself, with the bonus fruits and his ability to charge in a straight line really fast. And his ability to basically use his fruits to exploit the weaknesses of other characters in unique ways. You know, like the thing Mega Man wants to be able to do in one move.
Pac-Man is one of those characters, like, he is an item character and it fits him so well.
Yes, absolutely. Because, like, it's a big bonus. All of the bonuses feel important and impactful and goofy. And I love that, like, despite all of this, he still has that sort of 80s everyman feel to him. Like, he's kind of just doing mundane things. Like, oh yeah, he has the fire hydrant now. Watch out, he's going to do the fire hydrant. He feels very
The fire hydrant that
character,
heavyweight gets snatched.
and so much
The
of that
cops
is brought out
are causing
in
him
him
problems.
and his animations and everything that he
Yay
does.
for design as a
He
listener.
feels like he's harkening back to the sort of goofy, fun, like cartoonish 80s. And I think he embodies that incredibly well, like just as a time capsule for both his company and his era.
I could not agree more. Just the fact that his taunt has like 20 different sprites of just random stuff from now. I love little things like that so much. His sound effects are all amazing.
Yes.
I talk about sound design a lot because that's a lot of what I value, especially in a fighting game. Like how it feels to hit something in a fighting game boils down to sound effects so much. And Pac-Mans are beautiful. Like he sounds like an arcade cabinet, and it's wonderful. I love it.
And like it speaks to me that he is a zoner, where if I see like a tournament video, I don't go, oh, I don't want to watch this. I go, I want to see the crazy Pac-Man combo.
Yes, he's the most enjoyable zoner to watch, just, I think in any fighting game I've seen. Just because of the weird interactions you can get between, like, pushing between the fire hydrant, all the different things you can...
I'm even remembering how an opposing villager pocketed a fire hydrant and then sent it out, and then I scored the hydrant while the villager was in knockback because the power pellet and villager was knocked right into the fire hydrant's path and boom! And let's not forget, villager's pocket has a multiplier on pocket items, so the fire hydrant's knockback will be magnified. Yeah.
do with... How many projectiles does he have? Like 8? Ways those can be
Many.
comboed into each other? And even then, he also has these, like, really weird weaknesses. Like, you can, like, drop beneath him and cancel out his trampoline and just let him fall to the ground. It's...
I thought that'd be sort of second breaking the trampoline on the... To be sure, the trampoline has 3 uses before landing on it breaks. And Pac also has a sight before his recovery. Like I use it for trick recovery. So 1, interaction, and 2, less reliance on the trampoline. Honestly, Pac's biggest weakness is cumulative ability is sketch. So he would have to play risky if he wants to score KOs. He's practically the main character between himself, Mario, and Sonic. Funny that. yeah, sketchy KO capability on a sort of mage character.
I could gush about this character for a very long time just because it gets so much right.
I know. I'm also glad they fixed his grab.
Yes, yes. And his grab's a Galaga grab.
Now it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, the Galaga grab is. The Galaga grab actually busts sidesteps so. Or it was about to do that in Smash 4. It still did to an extent, but it had some consistency issues going there. Oh, the grab was usable in Smash 4, but not as good as it should have been. Just
Pac-Man is so close to being S tier for me. I have like just a couple of grievances where, yeah, I feel like you could have represented the World Series a little better or given him a little bit more momentum in the air.
Where I ended up with him was the bottom of S tier.
Transcendent.
I also have never played Pac-Man World, just disclaimer there, so I don't have a full exposure to the character. But from what I feel like, how important is Pac-Man World to Pac-Man's history? I guess would be my question.
It was a big anniversary game, as I recall. Like, literally, the plot is Pac-Man shows up for his anniversary party, and the ghosts have kidnapped his family, and he swears revenge at the camera.
All right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's really good. Like, it was what defined him for the late PS1 to through the GameCube era, basically. Until they decided, basically in Xbox Live Arcade, to go, nah, what if we made him the arcade, though, but, like, super?
All right. I could agree with high A tier with just the
Oh, 8 year
added
fantastic
comment of
gameplay
just
and
that
everything.
this is just such a good design.
It's a really good design, but Pac-Man is just one step below what I consider one of, like, emblematic of what Smash Bros. Can do for a character, for me.
It's a bit of just a backtracking a bit, but so many of Pac-Man's animations are hilarious. Like the way he drowns a bit, but so many of Pac-Man's animations are hilarious. Like the way he drowns and just continues smiling as he just descends
Instantly
into
at
this.
enough percent.
Well, this is my life now. Not for long.
Change the final Smash.
Such an expressive
Waka
character.
waka.
I love him.
He's great.
Okay, so high A tier? Agreed?
High A tier, definitely.
Perfect.
Cool. I feel great. Who's now?
Trigger this before the repack games. Yeah, mostly fixing the projectile bias would be helpful, but that goes without saying in general. It wouldn't. I had to check on any problems that are exclusive to Pack exclusively. You could just keep going. Okay. Oh, the stream's been going on for an hour. Wait a second, then there. But like I say, I made a comment. Well, it says 2 years ago, but the comment was made significantly nerds in 2 years ago. And what the heck? What the heck, YouTube loading? But yeah. I'm just going to read the first part because that is covering about Pac. The other two parts, the other three parts are primarily about Lil Mac and Mega Man. Although I will look under the other parts to see if there's anything we're talking about with Pac. Anyway, so here we go. After watching the section with Mega Man, Lil Mac, and Pac-Man, I am glad to feel vindicated. You make some very solid points that I agree with, and I can also throw in my own 2 cents about this as well, particularly after being told to shut up about Lil Mac's design issues by other people. I will start off with the common point between Mega Man, Lil Mac, and Pac-Man. They're all fragile features in one form or another. This is an archetype that at the very least becomes popular, and also tends to spit out game breakers like a factory spits out its intended mass production product. You might notice that since I'm agreeing with you guys, I'm saying that Pac-Man does something right where Lil Mac and Mega Man don't. What is it in my differing opinion? Here's the simple answer. Anti-armor involvement. What I learned over the years is that if a player having a handle on anti-armor, which is not to be confused with projectiles as we'll get into, tends to open up a world of more sophisticated gameplay. It promotes initiative, positioning, resistance, insight, all that good stuff. Perhaps the most important thing, though, is that available anti-armor tends to be based on the characters themselves, so it rewards fundamental yet active comprehension of the character. Exhibit who else but Pac-Man. On paper, Pac has the makings of a character who could be a case of infuriation with the evasion simply by being about that by nature. What we end up with is a character who needs to rely on a weird event happening in its clear favor to make legitimate progress. What happens? Well, Smash having the ring out condition is what happens. In fact, KO moves are notably more difficult to use than at the regular standard. Although the Sheiks are still significantly more difficult, but Sheik just brings up edge guarding, which Pac can do particularly with power parallel, but he's not mobile enough for managing as big of an advantage with that. Basically, Pac lacks any decisive advantages with KOing to make up for difficulty. So already that's counterplayed by allowing the opponent to focus on the evasive maneuvers themselves. And then there's the subject that brings up my profile pic brings up, the fire hydrant. This thing can be treated as long-range anti-armor, which I will elaborate that projectiles are not innately anti-armor. They simply provide counter-attack-free damage, but depending on the circumstances, this can still be kept from amounting to anything free of charge. And if the projectile damage is low enough, it won't compare to being closer to being caught. This is to prevent the obvious solution of shooting the slow guy silly without extensive effort. Still, anti-armor projectiles is a thing, and the fire hydrant, besides having its own point of gameplay, can be used to call out the opponent not challenging it. The summary is when a Pac-Man near match can have the finishing attack be a mere forward tilt, and nothing about it comes across as bogus. I have said plenty about both of these aspects more on the pace than on a HMWY 5Y PG. If you care to see what I say, I could say more, but this takes up enough as it is. And yeah, I should copy and paste the paste. What was it about anyway? Oh, here we go. Yeah. I didn't even mention Mian Mian in the. I didn't even mention Mian Mian in the comment. She was not my focus. My experience is based on Smash 4, obviously. Paste been posted. Okay. Did I have anything else to say about Lil Mac or Mega Man? Did I have anything else to say about Pac ending? Oh yeah, and the comment was actually originally made before I even played Pac-Man World Repack. Or Pac-Man World 1 Repack, as the case may be. Well, Mega, but... Nothing about Pac in the part about Lil Mac. Just a bold part where I say, well, counterattack is a thing for Lil Mac and Mennonite. Being able to manage effect at once or simply outweighs what the likes of those two can do. Still needs to be reasonable for counter on gameplay. Yeah. Okay. So, Mega Man. Pace bin, but I think that's just relating to a match displaying talking about the lunacy behind the Mega Man versus King Dedede matchup, because my goodness, that matchup's so stupid. Thank you, fellas, for lynching a character who should not, who should be treated as a kid to guts, man. I remember a lot of buzzes in the Mega Man series that flinched at a pellet. It was, give me a second. I think it only isn't a short list consisting of cutmen and electmen who have intentional weaknesses. Well, also tell man it was just stupidly designed. Yeah. Consistent pattern of the other three campers, Samus and Takan and Villager, not having the best anti-air. Yeah, I have my talk about making and totally flinching gutsman with pellet. Characters uprising stuff. Oh. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's just a quick mention of Pac being Pac disproving the age of a classic icon as a valid excuse for not having evolving design. Pack has evolving design. Samus Aran also has evolving design. Mega Man does not have evolving design. Anything else? Yeah, annoyance was just annoyance was a match that happened. I'm citing the problem with Ben from a design perspective. Being it again and again doesn't change the obnoxious repetition. And when the spammer can get off one lucky strike to more effect than a good number of your clean hits, which by the way is capable of having runaway stale move is handled. When I kept reading a Mega Man hit them with Power Pellet repeatedly, yet they just had to hit me with Up Smash once to kill me outright when I wasn't even at triple digit percent. I'm sorry, but that's. You read the Mega Man being a spammer multiple times and get no reward for it because Dilmun's designed to stop spamming messages with you. Just why? Yeah, stalemate's just fractioning knockback instead of outright subtracting it or and stuff. Yeah, oops. Okay, so looking at the addendum that I provided, yeah, stuff about Mega Man, stuff about Kid Icarus Uprising for contrast. Yeah, I'm adding on to lunacy with Mega Man. And because the first, the Stop Having Fun guy was there are Mega Man's not broken. Whether or not he's broken, he has a blatant stupid matchup with King Day-to-Day. It's been a problem in Smash 4. And yet the developers thought to increase the range of the rabbits? What? And I did end off in the addendum with talking about Pac. Let me read off what I said. Also worth expanding on a little is how Pac-Man World Repack shows more of Pac's gameplay evolution. Long story short, I did a no damage run of that to determine how that game plays out. And suffice to say that Pac is evolving in gameplay design at the point where he and multiple bosses underwent adaptational often. And we have gameplay where Pac and the bosses are providing welcome gameplay involvement instead of trying to beat on each other with sticks. I'm pretty sure that neither Lil Mac nor Mega Man have a new game or even a remaster that involves this sort of thing. So Pac wins once again. So, yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say about Pac in my comment. Oh, wow, the video kept playing. Yeah. The truth about the amiibo availability. So, yeah. What did Flash say about Superman? Let me look up the script for. Uh, things inevitably change. So I think that. Oh, well, hopefully we can. Yeah, I'm just hoping I'm not having a plain of worry about what happens after this. Because I'll read off what Flash said about Superman in the Justice League episode in the year after. Here we go. Yeah, I used to be able to goof around so much because I knew Superman had my back. Now all I've got is this example, and that's gonna have to be enough. I mean, obviously Superman was still alive, but the JL didn't know that. They didn't know. It's only later when they would find out that Superman had been displaced in a far future, where without Superman, Vandal Savage was able to manage a victory against the Justice League, but it ended up being a Pyrrhic victory, and Vandal Savage, newly repentant, would help the Superman get back into the present, and even tell Superman about the about the Atom who Vandal Savage was. Yeah. Anyway. Oh! Restoring legend. That would be something, at least. Anyway. Well. I'll see what else to say in the Discord. Yeah, I think this has been long enough, so yeah. Yeah, I'm just staying on the black screen. I think I'll cut the stream soon. I think I'll end the stream soon enough. I think this should suffice. Yes, I do want to get. I just don't want to. I'm just not wanting to continue my projects in any sort of bad faith. I just want to make sure to Captain get bait at least. My goodness. It's like I mean, to be sure, like I say, I didn't know Pondering Peasant that well at all. My interactions with him was absolutely occasional at best. I imagine somebody will give him libation. At least. My gesture is more of a gun salute. I can at least provide that. This and spreading the word to however limited my capacity is for that. So yeah, I think at least I did my part pretty much. So. I think I can end the stream here. Rest in peace, Pondering Peasant. Rest in peace.